What's up, everybody? Erock the Red here, back with another episode of Gaming News Weekly. We are up to episode 42. So, you know how we start each episode. Yes, with our new releases from last week. A couple notable releases. First one being Dark Alliance, the Dungeons and Dragons game. This came out June 22nd for the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox X. This game, I was very excited for it. It's a 4-player co-op game. You know, I love co-op games. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love action role-playing games. I was all in on this one, and then it came out and it's not getting the greatest reviews. Right now it's at a 58 on Metacritic, so pretty bad. Some reviews I read said it's got a lot of bugs and the gameplay is just a little bit tedious. So, buyer beware on this one. I'm definitely still going to get it. I'm going to wait for it to drop in price. I think maybe like $20 is a good price point because me and my friends, we love playing these games. So, I'm eager to get out there and have fun, playing with my friends. But, for $20, it'll make me feel a little bit better about the gameplay as I'm doing it. But if you've played it, let me know what you think. All right, next up, let's talk about Scarlet Nexus. This came out June 25th for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox X. This one was entirely new to me. It's a anime style game. It's got a sci-fi anime look, beautifully done. And what it is, it's a story game that has psychic warriors versus like these alien creatures, and your job as a psionic is to fight these aliens and use psychokinesis and technology to win this war against aliens. Really cool story idea. Like I said, the visuals look great. The gameplay is very interesting. You can throw pieces of the environment at the enemies using your psychic abilities. You have these psionic abilities with like these powers. Really cool. This one is at an 80 right now on Metacritic, doing really well, getting great reviews. So this one, another one to put on the list. It looks like a lot of fun. All right, next up, let's talk about the brand new Nintendo Switch game, Mario Golf Super Rush. This also came out June 25th, and it's exactly what it sounds. It's Mario Golf. It is a 4-player local or online co-op game. You can play golf with your friends, with your favorite Mushroom Land plumbers and princesses. And it's got a bunch of fun modes. It's got the standard mode, speed golf. There's a role-playing game like story mode. Really cool stuff. The speed golf is the one I'm most excited for. It looks crazy. Looks to be a really fun concept. And you could play with either motion controls or button controls. And there is a ton of new features from the previous Mario Golf games. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, if you've been a fan of the previous Mario Golf games, this one is probably right up your alley, especially just for that speed golf mode. I mean, look at this. You just constantly just racing out there. You're bopping on people's heads and trying to fight them to try to get to the ball first. I love it. What a great concept. And I've said it before. I want speed golf in real life. I want this to be a new sport. I think we should make it happen for the next Olympic Games. But until then, we could just play Mario Golf Super Rush on the Nintendo Switch. All right, that's it for our new releases from last week. Let's switch things up and talk about the biggest video game news from this past week. First up, let's talk about Insomniac Games. They are hiring. They're looking for, according to a new job listing, they're looking for a creative director, a story lead, an art director, a visual effects artist, and a systems designer with multiplayer mechanic experience. So they are putting together a multiplayer game. We don't know in what way. This is all just speculation based on this job posting right now. But, Insomniac Games has had very big hits recently with Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank. In the past, they've had multiplayer games like Resistance. So not sure if they're working on some sort of a co-op story game that has multiplayer or a PvP multiplayer game. But this is big news either way. They're working on a new game, obviously very, very, very early in the whole thing. If they're just hiring all these people now, story lead, art director, they don't have anything. They're just, this is brand new, this is fresh, but it's great news and exciting to hear that they're, stepping back into the multiplayer world. Hopefully, they take what they've been doing and doing so well with these single player story games and, making an awesome multiplayer game with it. All right, we just recently got a new look at the upcoming game Forspoken. This was at a AMD visual effects showcase, basically for their Fidelity Effects super resolution technology. But we got another look at this game. They're saying that their plan, and by that I mean Luminous Productions, the makers of the game, are saying that they are trying to create the highest quality visuals ever in an open world game. And right now what they're showing off does look beautiful. I don't know if it's up to that level just yet, but it's definitely beautiful. But what they were showcasing is the AMD's, this new technology. And basically it's a performance booster that uses super sampling to get, the highest resolution on these 4K 60 frames per second games. So, excited to see more of this. It does look beautiful, and I'm hopeful that they could, pull off this feat to make the best looking game. Hopefully there's some great gameplay with it. It's basically an action role-playing game where terrain traversal is paramount. You also have these magical powers. So, it sounds cool. Let's see if they could put together something, that not only looks great, but also plays great. So we will see. It's been a while since we've talked about Cyberpunk 2077, and it is back in the news. It has finally returned to the PlayStation Store after 186 days from being removed. This time it has a warning, basically saying that the game still has some bugs, but there are fixes and updates being released throughout the year to, make the gaming experience better. From my understanding, the game for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is still in rough shape, but the PC and next-gen versions still working great, and with every update, they get better and better. So, if you're still looking to play on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, definitely, beware. But they are working hard to make an actual playable game with like a final build for a game that should have been released, hopefully by the end of the year. So, here's hoping, and maybe by then you'll be able to get it on sale for super cheap. Are you ready for some football? No, that's a different type of football. But new football game is what we're talking about now. Now, new football game is the code name for PES 2022. And right now, there is a surprise demo that was released for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox X. Now, it's called New Football Game, but we all know that it is the next version of PES. And this demo is available until July 8th. So, if you're a fan of football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, if you're a fan of these games, and you're sick of playing FIFA, go check out the demo for the new version of 2022. PES and see what the buzz is. Everybody's switching over to this one from what I'm hearing. They're getting more licensed teams and names and stuff like that. It's all happening. So if you're a fan of football, if you're a fan of soccer, you've got some choices now, and you've got a new demo to go check out. We got a new trailer and a release date for Alien Fireteam Elite. This game is coming out August 24th. It's a third-person co-op shooter, very much like a Left 4 Dead type game where you and your friends are playing against waves of these aliens. There's over 20 different species of aliens, and you just got to fight to survive. This is coming out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Xbox X and S. It does have cross-gen play, but no cross-play between the systems. And right now, you can pre-order it to get a bunch of cosmetic items for your characters in the game. So, I've been super excited for this one since it was announced. Like I always say, I'm always looking for new co-op games to play with my friends, and this one looks awesome. I'm very excited to get in there. I'm really hoping that it plays well. But if you're a fan of Alien, if you're a fan of these multiplayer games, keep an eye out. All right, and we got another new game announcement, a game called Crime Site. Now, this game is from Konami, and it is a tabletop style multiplayer game, kind of like Among Us or one of those type games where you have two teams. One person has an AI Sherlock, one person has AI Moriarty, and you have to stop someone from convincing someone to murder someone. I really have no idea. I read the synopsis only like 50 times and I still don't understand what it's saying, but it looks really cool. And right now there is a closed beta that you can sign up for. It's going from June 25th to July 11th. You can sign up right at the website or through their Twitter. It's the idea sounds cool, and these games are really popular right now. So, take a look at that. If you do get into the beta, please let me know how it is and what it's like. All right, and last up, who among us has not wanted to play a side-scrolling beat-em-up Looney Tunes game as LeBron James? I mean, no one, right? Well, we finally get our chance. Space Jam: A New Legacy, a brand new Xbox arcade game, is coming to Game Pass July 1st and then becoming free to play for everyone July 15th. The new movie comes out theaters and HBO on July 16th. So, it's all happening for you Space Jam fans. That's all, folks. Gaming News Weekly 42 in the books. Thank you so much for stopping by, watching, talking games with me. We will see you next week for more Gaming News Weekly.